Steeler Style, the team's annual fashion show featuring players and their families showing off the latest fashions, will take place on Friday, October 10th at 6 p.m. at Stage AE. The Steelers announced the co-captains for this year's high-energy show, with safety Deshaun Elliott and receiver DK Metcalf handling the honor. "It's cool. I have always been recognized for my taste in fashion," said Elliott. "Just to have the chance to co-chair it is special. I am excited for it." The theme of this year's show is "There's No Place Like Home," which is inspired by The Wizard of Oz and a homage to the people of Pittsburgh. And Steelers fans know there is no place like home, as Acrisure Stadium is always electric on game day. Steelers Style, which is presented by Amazon, Neighborhood Ford Store, PNC, UPMC, and UPMC Health Plan, is co-chaired by Art and Greta Rooney and Mike and Kia Tomlin. Steelers Style, which is the team's largest annual fundraiser, benefits UPMC Sports Medicine Concussion Program, Cancer Bridges, and the Chuck Knoll Foundation. "To do it for the charities, that is special and really cool," said Elliott. "As players, we are blessed to play this game. But to be able to give back to the community as well, it is really cool." There will also be an online auction, presented by Acrisure, that will benefit the three charities. Items in the auction include signed items and memorabilia from current players, an exclusive private tour of the Steelers Hall of Honor Museum, a chance to design the next Terrible Towel, autographed limited edition Terrible Towels, tickets to the Pittsburgh Ballet Theater's performance of The Nutcracker, and a private backstage tour, and more. The auction will run from noon on October 8th through noon on October 17th. About the charities: UPMC Sports Medicine Concussion Program. The University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, UPMC, Sports Medicine Concussion Program, established in 2000, is the first of its kind and largest ongoing clinical service and research program that focuses on diagnosis, evaluation, and management of sports-related concussion in athletes of all levels. Led by Michael Collins, Ph.D., the program's internationally known team of clinicians and researchers are world leaders in studying the neurocognitive effects of sports-related concussion and pioneering the development of better methods of post-concussion evaluation to determine when it is safe for an athlete to return to sports. The team provides oversight and consultation to assist sports teams' medical staff in making objective return-to-play decisions after the occurrence of sports-related concussion. Cancer Bridges. Cancer Bridges supports those impacted by cancer through a variety of free programs and services and has been a proud beneficiary of Steelers Style since 1992. The organization provides a warm and welcoming environment for everyone impacted by cancer, including those with a diagnosis, survivors, and those who have a loved one with cancer or have experienced the loss of a loved one due to cancer. Cancer Bridges serves individuals of all ages and offers nearly 200 programs monthly, providing emotional, social, and informational tools for adults, youth, and families through counseling sessions, support groups, health and wellness programs, social activities, and more. Former Pittsburgh Steelers first-round quarterback Kenny Pickett made history with a third trade in his first 4 seasons. Pickett, though, could potentially be on the move yet again before the 2025 NFL trade deadline. That's what ESPN's Dan Graziano suggested briefly while answering the true or false question of whether a quarterback will be traded before the deadline.
True.
Now, it could be someone such as Carson Wentz or Kenny Pickett, which wouldn't exactly make headlines, but I think you're asking if it could be someone such as Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson or one of the Cleveland rookies, wrote the ESPN analyst. Anything is possible. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler responded to Graziano mentioning Pickett in their trade conversation. "Man, Pickett getting dealt for the third time in a calendar year would be tough on his real estate portfolio," wrote Fowler. Pickett has settled in as the Raiders' backup quarterback behind Geno Smith. Pickett didn't play in any of the team's first 4 games this season. The Raiders acquired the 27-year-old quarterback from the Cleveland Browns on August 25th. The Browns dealt Pickett to clear some room in their crowded quarterback room. Cleveland originally acquired Pickett from the Philadelphia Eagles on March 10th. That was prior to the Browns signing Joe Flacco or drafting Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Could the Las Vegas Raiders trade QB Kenny Pickett? It's honestly hard to believe NFL teams could trade the same quarterback 3 times in 1 year. But as Graziano put it, anything's possible. If the Raiders trade Pickett, Then, he will tie the NFL record of 4 trades in a career. The Steelers first dealt the signal caller to the Eagles in March 2024. According to NFL Plus, Pickett, along with fellow quarterback Sam Howell, became the first player in at least 30 years traded 3 times in their first 4 seasons. Pickett is still on his rookie NFL contract. If Pickett never requested a trade from the Steelers, he might still be Pittsburgh's starter. Pickett requested a fresh start away from Pittsburgh after the Steelers signed Russell Wilson in March 2024. But Wilson began the 2024 campaign with a calf injury. Backup Justin Fields, who the Steelers acquired to replace Pickett, started the first 6 games. If Pickett played well in those 6 contests, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Pickett would have remained the team's starter, and the Steelers wouldn't have signed Aaron Rodgers this past offseason. With the Raiders, Pickett is still waiting for his next NFL starting opportunity. Why Raiders probably won't trade Pickett? It's important to note that Graziano didn't really name Pickett a trade candidate. The ESPN analyst used Pickett's name to identify the tier of quarterback potentially on the move at the NFL trade deadline. In reality, though, it seems unlikely the Raiders would deal Pickett without another suitable backup for Smith. Las Vegas acquired Pickett to replace Aiden O'Connell, who suffered a fractured right wrist in the preseason finale. NFL.com's Michael Baca wrote on August 24 that O'Connell was expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks. On Sunday, it will be 6 weeks since O'Connell's injury. There has yet to be a firm update on O'Connell's status, which suggests he's not close to returning. If the Raiders shop Pickett on the trade market, it's highly likely they will have to get O'Connell back on the field first. The NFL trade deadline is November 4th. That means O'Connell has about a month to fully recover and be in a position to serve as Smith's backup. Otherwise, it's likely Pickett will stay in Las Vegas as the backup signal caller for the rest of 2025. In the offseason, it was theorized the Pittsburgh Steelers could be after New Orleans Saints wide receiver Chris Olave. At the time, that was shot down. Sources told PennLive in June that the Steelers have called the Saints to check on Olave's availability. The Steelers were interested in the 24-year-old, but sources described that call as a due diligence call. The Saints had already picked up Olave's 5th-year option. What would the cost be? League sources said in June there was a consensus that it would take at least a day 2 pick, likely a second-round pick, for the Saints to part ways with Olave. However, Saints insider Nick Underhill says veteran Saints players are expected to be on the market as the trade deadline nears, meaning that Olave could be on the move. There are teams interested in some of the Saints' veteran players, and they'll be watching to see who becomes available in the coming weeks, league sources tell me. There's a feeling around the league that New Orleans will be open to hearing offers in the coming weeks, Underhill said. Due to his age and production, the Saints could view Olave as an untouchable. It might be likelier to prize someone like Brandon Cooks or even Rashid Shaheed than Olave. However, teams will likely come calling, and if the Steelers want to make a splash, Olave could be that guy.